Hi there, it's Pascal here, and in this video I'm just going to share with you the 4 phases of making any change in your life. If you're really going to significantly improve the quality of your life or your relationship, you have to understand these 4 phases, because if you don't understand it, and chances are it's not going to happen. Solomon said, in all you get understanding. Now, if you don't know me, my name is Pascal. I started my online business in 2017, and ever since I started sharing my journeys online through YouTube, so many people started reaching out to me, trying to sometimes they send me emails, some people call me on the phone or through YouTube channel like this to ask me different questions of how was I able to make it. And even though everybody's result is not typical, but I obviously tried my best to share my experience and my journeys with you so that you can actually replicate the same thing if you are looking to start a business online, because a lot of people have tried it in the past, they couldn't get it to work, and obviously some people lost money, some people failed, and so anything that smacks up online business, they label it as a scam or it doesn't work. Now, it's not true, it works, but you have to understand a few things for it to work. Now, the 4 phases of learning is, I'm going to use myself as a yardstick here so that you can relate. The first stage is where you are. I got this from a book called 25 Secrets of Wealth Creation. Now, if you are the type of person that don't like reading, I would recommend you start reading, because it's going to be part of your process to make any shift in your life. The problem you have now, somebody in the past, maybe in the 80s or 90s or 20th century, must have experienced that same problem, and some people took the time to write books to explain how they came out of it. So that's why reading an audiobook, I use audio because I don't like reading the normal style of reading, or the old school fashion way. I prefer audiobooks because it's much more easier to consume. So if you're that kind of person, I would recommend you start reading books. And one of the ones I would recommend, 25 Secrets of Wealth Creation. He explained a few things. So what he explained there is the 4 phases that you're going to go through if you're going to make any significant change in your life. Now, the first phase, he said, is where you are unconscious and incompetent. So it means that you're not aware, that unconscious means you're not aware that you have a problem, and you're incompetent as a result of the lack of awareness. You're not even doing anything to make that change in your life. This may be somebody that is you see, normal parents like me. Before I started this whole online thing, I was going to work because I was trained to go to school, graduate, get a job. I did all that, but I was doing it. I was not thinking about whatever the future was holding, because everybody did the same thing. So that's the first step. I was not doing anything to make any change. I just followed this. Stranger Secrets, and I think I said we conform to whatever next door neighbor is doing. Anybody tells you, you just do it because you see them. You don't really question. So you're unconscious and you're incompetent. So incompetent means you're not just taking any actions to make any change in your life. So what gets people out of this sort of rut, I will say, is there's something Stuart Ross said. He said, pattern interrupt. This may it comes in different forms for different people. It may be, as I was going to, but it didn't happen to me. It was maybe you lose the job, or you fall ill, or somebody in your family, you lose a close family member. All of a sudden, you realize that this job that you had, or that you think kind of has security, there's no really security in it. So now your back is against the wall. So that's when you become conscious. That takes us to the next step. You become conscious that something is not right, but you're still incompetent. So the second step is you're now conscious that there is a problem. Your income is not going to give you the results you want maybe later on in life, or you're not spending time with your children. All these little things, you're conscious of them, but you're still incompetent to make any change. Again, when you're in this phase, is more of You're grinding, you're still following through. You may spend a lot of years. Some people spend 30 years, and you see some people, they spend 30 years in a career. They say they don't feel fulfilled, but they've been there for 30 years. It didn't start one day because they know that there is a problem, but they are incompetent to make any change. They don't understand what is the next step. So to get out of here is you need to start reading books. You need to start understanding, how did you get to this point where you don't have money, you don't have time, you don't have all these things. Some people have written books to explain it. You have a responsibility to to invest in those books and consume them and implement what you've learned. So when you start implementing what you're reading in these books, you now get to the third step, which is called, you're still conscious, but you're conscious and you're competent. So you're now taking the actions, but it's done consciously. What does that mean? It means that you're thinking it through. You wake up in the morning, maybe you decide to wake up in the morning, you set an alarm. You're thinking that I need to get an alarm to wake up. If not, I will not wake up to build this business. So you're conscious of something. You're conscious and you're competent. You're taking the action to make the change. I hope this is clear. You're conscious. You're thinking the whole process through, and you're taking the actions. You've signed up for a training, like my case, but I needed to. I was working long hours, and and so I didn't have a lot of time. Most people that will start business online, they will not have money and they will not have time. These are the two main problems. So, but I paid the money anyway, but I still did not have time to work on the business. So I'm aware that time is my problem. I'm conscious of it. So to solve this conscious problem, I need to create a schedule in the morning, and I need to wake up a little bit earlier. Maybe I was waking up by 5 o'clock, and maybe I need to wake up a little bit 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock to build the business. So I'm conscious of it. So to do that, I need to take an action. I need to set an alarm. So I'm conscious, but I'm competent. But it's the conscious part. I need to think it through to take the action. So if you do this repeatedly, which is where the work is, if you do this for over a period of 30 days, 90 days, you will form a habit. And when you form that habit, you get to the fourth stage, which is where you are now unconscious, but you're still competent. You're not thinking about your actions, but you're still producing the results. You're doing the work. You go into a meeting, you're like on point. You already know, like for me in some cases, I already know this is what I need to do this week. I don't need to think about it. It has to be done. I just do it because it's part of the business. The business has to keep going. So so what you will understand is, what you will understand is, you will see yourself shoveling from some of your habits will become, and the last stage is where you want to get all your habits to. The food you eat, the time you wake up, proper arrangement is where you're unconscious, but you're still this is where people like Stuart Ross and Bill Gates, they schedule meetings. Bill Gates is like six minutes between minute appointments. So it's more like decision making. They've done it several times. They've done stage 3 several times in such a way that it becomes part of their lifestyle. So it's not it's not forced anymore. Stage 3 is more like you're taking the action to try and get an outcome. You're thinking it through. So what you will notice is you'll be shoveling some of your habits into stage 4 gradually. All of them will not be unconscious initially, but if you keep thinking it through and taking the actions, you will eventually get to that point where you are now unconscious incompetent. And once you get there, life will just keep, you'll be living an amazing life. It's just rosy all that way long. And that's why you see some people eventually like see as if you're lucky. You do things with ease and there's no pressure, and your life is just like in flow, and people want to be like you. So these are the 4 stages, and I wish you all the best. Once you start seeing yourself in any phase, just dedicate yourself to making that change, because it's possible for you to actually make it work for yourself. But if you have to do the work, like I said, if you want to recap yourself on what I said, you can go back to the video and start again and watch it through again and see where you can start making some changes in your own life. I wish you all the best. My name is Pascal. If you like what you hear, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Bye bye.